Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Weekly Oscar Talk, episode 8. 8 weeks in. Yeah. And I'm joined again by Ben, making his triumphant return after a few weeks.
Hi everyone, great to be back. Very excited.
Yeah. And we have a lot to talk about this week. So getting right into it with the news, lots of different places announced their nominees and winners for this upcoming season. So we're going to start off with the National Board of Review, who announced their 2021 winners. So what won Best Film was Licorice Pizza. Director was Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza. Actor was Will Smith, of course, for King Richard. Actress was Rachel Zegler for West Side Story, surprisingly enough. Supporting actor, Ciarán Hinds for Belfast. Uh, Supporting actress, Anjanou Ellis for King Richard. Original screenplay was A Hero. Adapted screenplay was The Tragedy of Macbeth. Breakthrough performance was Alana Haim and Cooper Hoffman in Licorice Pizza. Animated feature was Encanto. And ensemble was The Harder They Fall. And cinematography was Tragedy of Macbeth. So lots of different stuff there. I think the most surprising stuff was probably Rachel Zegler in Best Supporting Actress or Best Actress. I thought that was a surprise there. Anything stick out there for you, Ben?
The Tragedy of Macbeth getting some love was
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. It won screenplay of all things, which is interesting because they're pretty much just taking what Shakespeare wrote.
Yeah,
So it's an interesting choice. I don't think that'll probably even get a nomination come Oscar time, but
yeah,
good for them for winning here.
good for
Um,
them.
yeah, and then Licorice Pizza won film and director. I think this movie is picking up a little bit of steam right now. Lots of people are changing their picks from Belfast to Licorice Pizza to win. I am still on my West Side Story train,
Mm.
but do you think Licorice Pizza has a shot?
Yeah, I do. Um, I kind of want to see all of the front runners before I make a decision.
Yeah,
Um, I think a lot of people. I think it's sad the way that movies like Spencer don't even look like they're going to be nominated, which I
no,
think I'm still predicting it because I would like to see it. I typically what I do is manifest in my predictions,
yep,
like.
Manifest, yeah,
But like I did that with Sound of Metal and it worked,
it
so
did, yeah,
I ain't saying nothing.
yeah,
Um, but like I think Licorice Pizza has a good chance. I'm not sure about West Side Story. My all my thoughts on that have been just sort of thrown into complete
yeah.
disarray after the reaction. Like I'm not sure if I'm going to see it or not. Um, and whenever I do, I'll make a better judgment. I can finally see The Last Duel now because it's on
Oh yeah,
Star Disney Plus, but that doesn't have a chance at anything, unfortunately.
no,
Not even Jodie
sadly.
Comer. Jodie Comer's gone.
She is. Yeah, we both had hope for her for so long, but it's not
Yeah,
going to happen. Sadly, sadly, a different leading performance in a Ridley Scott movie is taking more attention.
which
Um,
I haven't seen. Have you seen House of
I
Gucci?
have seen it. I'll say she's good in it, so she's deserving. I did like Jodie Comer more than her still, but
Yeah,
I mean she's doing like the most acting. She's like doing a big performance, so not surprising that she's getting some love.
it's just the effort of going to the cinema. Like I don't think
It's a
I've
lot.
been to the movies since No Time to Die, um,
Ooh, that's a
which
while
I saw
back.
in like November. It wasn't like back in
Oh
October.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
saw it. I used my free ticket because the Eternal screen.
yeah.
I don't think it's like one of those like all-time greats. I just think it's such a classy movie. Like I love that opening scene where they're driving through like that Italian sort of town and it's
Yeah.
like all gorgeous. Like that's the type of stuff I love. Um
That's
but
what
yeah, I haven't what?
like that movie and Dune are like what blockbusters should be. They're
Yeah.
like setting high standards, and then the Marvel movies are kind of like lowering the standards.
The Marvel movies, like I haven't even got my tickets for Spider-Man yet. I genuinely have zero excitement for the movie. It's mad. Like
Yeah,
I did for a while, but like the closer I get to it, the more sort of irritated I get. Like I'm looking forward to like The Matrix and Sing 2 than I am for.
Thing
And I
too.
probably
Wow.
I love the first Sing.
Oh,
Sing is a
I
great
haven't
movie.
seen it. Yeah,
It's actually quite good.
yeah,
I really do enjoy it. Um,
Licorice Pizza is still in very, very limited screens, which is sad because I want to see it. I hate how they always roll movies out like that.
Yeah,
Um,
well, you get them eventually. I probably won't get this
I
movie
do
until May of next year.
probably, yeah,
Like that's when I'll get to see it.
yeah.
So
I'll probably get to see it over like the Christmas break or something.
yeah,
And then that's pretty much it that stands out in terms of the National Board of Review. Ciarán Hinds seems like he could be a potential frontrunner for supporting actor,
for
which is
Dark
nice.
Side. Yes.
Yeah,
Love to see Steppenwolf getting a nomination.
yeah, yeah. Good for him. And then Anjanou Ellis for King Richard. I think she'll definitely get nominated, but I'm not sure. I don't think she will win that category.
Hmm.
And then Will Smith is going to go all the way, as we all expected, except for Ben in the initial predictions. He doubted Will Smith.
Yeah, I still haven't seen King Richard.
He's good in
I'll
it.
do it eventually.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's National Board of Review. These don't have a ton of correlation with the Oscars. I think most of the categories, if you win here, you don't end up winning at the Oscars. But I think that's probably true for most of these, except for Will Smith. I would say. I think Will Smith will.
Yeah.
And the final big Oscar contender screened this past week. We were all waiting for its reactions, and Nightmare Alley got its screening. Everyone pretty much had it in their Best Picture lineup last week, and this past week, most people seem to have removed it. I removed it myself.
Oh,
Yeah, the reactions are pretty positive. Um, I'd say positive to mixed.
yeah.
It just doesn't, based off the reactions, seem like a movie that I mean, it's Guillermo del Toro. It doesn't seem like a movie that maybe the Academy members would completely resonate with.
Yeah.
But going into some of the quick reactions, let's see here. First off, let's skip him because I don't like him. First off, Perry Nemiroff says mixed on Nightmare Alley, but I still think it plays well enough due to one of my absolute favorite qualities of Guillermo del Toro's work. One of the reasons why he's my favorite filmmaker is you can feel his enthusiasm for the material oozing off the screen. The film's biggest assets are the technical achievements and Kate Blanchett. Whatever Blanchett was doing, I wanted more of that. The atmosphere is luscious and all-consuming, but was having a hard time with the pace and some of the elements feeling hollow. And yeah, I don't need to read it, but a lot of them pretty much say the same thing. Kate Blanchett is the standout. It's very technically well done. It takes a while in the beginning. Apparently, like the first act is very slow, but once Kate Blanchett arrives in the movie, it picks up a lot of steam, and
Hmm.
gets better. Uh, so yeah, that's most of the reactions there. I think it could still contend for some technical Oscars like production design, cinematography, all that like. But I currently kicked it out of my Best Picture lineup. What are you thinking of its Oscar chances right now?
I don't really know. I mean, it's always hard with Guillermo del Toro. I mean, I always will like his stuff, but even it's kind of hard to always imagine that his films will be embraced. Like even like thinking about Nightmare Alley as a movie does seem very niche.
Yeah,
But I suppose we all kind of had that the idea that maybe, but it could be like uh, a Barry Jenkins with If Beale Street Could Talk or Damien
yeah,
Chazelle with First Man, and that
their
doesn't
follow
really
up
get that.
after winning.
It
Yeah,
could. I have it not on my list for visual effects. No, I think I took it off actually. I think I perhaps might have taken it off. No, it's at number five. It's on my number five for visual effects because I think it will get that. I'm personally sold on the movie from one of the images that came out, and it was like this blood in the snow, like leading up to this orphanage-looking house. That sold me.
yeah,
Whether or not
the
it sells
visuals
the
are really
Academy,
good.
yeah. Whether or not it sells
Yeah,
the Academy is a different story. I'm so excited though. I love Guillermo. I love his style. This looks like a Christmas movie I'm going to rewatch every year. It's going up there with Happiest Season, which I will
yeah,
always rewatch.
which is getting a sequel apparently.
Is
Um,
it?
it is, yeah. Aubrey
No
Plaza announced
way!
it. It is, yeah.
When was that announced? I'm so not
Like
in
two
film
days
Twitter
ago, I
anymore.
think. 2 days ago.
No way!
Yeah,
Oh my god, that is the best news
it's
ever. I'm
exciting.
so happy.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
so
excited for
happy.
it. Yeah,
Love that
breaking.
movie.
Yeah,
Breaking news for me.
yeah. Um, yeah. So that's pretty much it for Nightmare Alley. I'd say it's because there is 10 slots this year. Maybe it could still get in there, but I would say movies like Coda or Come On, Come On will probably take its spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now into the next bit of different committees announcing their nominees. The Hollywood Critics Association, the HCA, announced their nominees for this year. So starting off with Best Picture, they had Being the Ricardos,
Yes.
Belfast, Coda, Dune, King Richard, Last Night in Soho,
Oh,
Licorice Pizza, Spencer, The Power of the Dog, and Tick Tick
s-
Boom. So what stands out?
shocked they didn't nominate Don't Look Up because it hurts their little
Oh,
feelings that they're not
yeah.
doing anything.
You weren't here when the Don't Look Up first reactions came out. You're right. I think it's getting into picture. I
You're
lost
damn
that
right
bet.
it's getting into
I
picture.
lost
That's
that
because
bet.
Adam McKay and David Sirota are geniuses. That's why.
Yeah.
Absolute icons. I think Don't Look Up could win Best Picture because I think it's going to be so culturally relevant to the political moment. And I think it's going to wake a lot of people up and make a lot of people really angry that I think it's just going to like click. And I think it will be a worthy Best Picture winner from I haven't seen it, but when it comes out, I will be having the best day of my life watching that movie. And I'm not even a particular fan of like the cast. Like I'm not a diehard Leonardo DiCaprio fan. I don't even like him to be honest. I don't really like Meryl Streep, Timothy Chalamet, all these people. But I'm gonna watch this movie because whenever Adam McKay gets a cast together, oh, he uses them. Like I'm not even a Christian
He
Bale fan,
does.
but his portrayal of Dick Cheney should have won the Oscar. Like, oh,
Bradley
chef's
Cooper should have
kiss.
won.
Oh yeah, actually, I agree with that. Bradley Cooper should
Christian
have
Bale
won.
can be in second place.
Christian Bale,
Anything?
the only reason I say he should have won is because Bradley Cooper lost a lot of steam. Even
Yeah.
though he should have won, I would have preferred a dead cat with no head that was
Over Rami
bleeding and
Malek.
was just still walking around over Rami
Yeah.
Malek,
Yeah.
who was terrible in No Time to Die as well. Side note, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Not definitely not the best choice. But yeah, out of these nominees, I think they probably didn't see Don't Look Up is what I would guess because they also didn't nominate West Side Story. So I think
Yeah,
they probably weren't able to see them in time, which I don't know why these associations just don't wait then. It's not like 2021 is like over already.
yeah.
But yeah. Um I think Coda, which surprised in here, maybe not since it's a critics group, but I do think that has a outside shot of getting into picture. And I'm glad Spencer got notice here, even though it probably won't at the Oscars.
I think it has potential because I think a lot of these big movies will fall away. I think Being the Ricardos is going to be nominated, and I've
Definitely.
thought that for about a
100%.
month.
Yeah.
I've had that thought for about a month. I've had it in there, and I'm gonna have what's her face?
Nicole Kidman.
Yes, and I have her an actress as well.
Definitely.
Uh, I'm pretty excited for that movie to be honest because I really like
Yeah.
Aaron Sorkin's movies. Um, even though they're obviously so flat, um, which we
Yeah.
all know at this point he's not getting nominated for director, but
No, no.
I love his style. The editing is always great in his films. Molly's Game wasn't a particularly good movie. Like that film was a TV movie. Like Trials of Chicago 7, Say What You Want. I think it felt like a movie, even though like there was like theatrical like play elements to it. But Molly's Game was a made for television movie. Nobody can tell me otherwise. I think Being the Ricardos is going to be nominated for Best Pick. Was that nominated here? It
Yes,
was.
it was. Yeah, it was not.
Yes.
I think it's definitely getting into picture. We'll probably
Yeah.
get into screenplay. Nicole, lots of people. I saw Variety. They updated their predictions this past month, and they say they have Nicole Kidman winning for actress, which is interesting. And I
But
think
that's
J.K.
variety. I mean, they had Jennifer
That's
Hudson
true.
on there for Cats in
They said
2019.
Camila Cabello could be a contender for Cinderella. So
When did they say that?
they said that like in August, I think. So not
Oh,
as
that's okay.
bad, but
The film didn't
still,
come out then.
yeah. She's in
Yeah.
contention for a Razzie. Yeah,
Oh, she's getting nominated. She's
she
getting nominated for
absolutely
that.
she is. Yeah, deservedly so.
I didn't watch the movie. I don't hate myself.
Yeah, I do hate myself. And then the
Oh,
last thing in picture, Last Night in Soho is just like a what choice, I
yeah,
guess. I didn't see it. I just know it was very mixed. So
yeah.
interesting.
I was actually considering using my ticket, like the free ticket that I got for Eternals on Last Night in Soho, but it went from my theater after a week, so it only
It's
came out. It came out the same day as Eternals, or I think the week before. and
Yeah,
13 days later it was gone. And I would have happily seen it because I would like to have given it a chance. But yeah, because I think Edgar Wright really messed up there.
yeah. It's been available on at least here on PVOD for a while, so I should
Oh,
definitely watch it
it's a
at some
pirate's
point.
life for me, Savvy.
Yeah. Okay, now in Best Actor, they nominated Andrew Garfield for Tick Tick Boom, Benedict
Mm.
Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Nicolas Cage for Pig, Peter Dinklage for Cyrano, and Will Smith for King Richard. Obviously, the surprise here I think would be Nicolas Cage for Pig. Good for
Mm.
him.
He's
I'm
not.
glad.
He might get the what are the awards that are like the day before the Oscars where all the good stuff is nominated?
Um, oh, the Indie Spirits, is that them?
Yes, he'll be nominated
Yeah.
for that. He'll
Yes,
win that.
probably. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good prediction. He'll probably have a good shot there. And then everyone else is in contention for an Oscar here,
Mm.
pretty much. Andrew
I'm
Garfield,
surprised no
Benedict.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, I think it's more of a subtle performance for him.
Mm.
Usually they nominate his bigger performances, from what I've seen. Like they didn't nominate him for Her, which was more of his subtle work. And his movie overall isn't a big contender.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah. So now into Best Actress, they nominated Amelia Jones for Coda, Jessica
Oh,
Chastain for Eyes of Tammy Faye, Kristen Stewart for Spencer, Lady Gaga for House of Gucci, and Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos. I think Amelia Jones is the only one here who probably won't go off into the Oscar contention. So
do you
I'm
think
glad.
Chastain's getting nominated?
Yeah, that's a tricky thing right now. Lots of people have taken her out of their predictions in place of other people like Alana Haim. I still have her getting in because it's like that performance to me is like the definition of Oscar bait. So I don't see her not getting in, but we'll have to
Yeah.
see.
I think a validation of her candidacy will be the Golden Globes.
Yeah,
And I think if she's not nominated there, there's no chance. But I think she could potentially win at the Golden Globes, seeing what's in her. Like if Kristen Stewart's in her category, although Alana Haim or Rachel Zegler could also win at the Golden Globes. Maybe not. It's
I
hard.
think Eyes of Tammy Faye is being campaigned in drama.
Well, that's their funeral then.
Yeah, yeah. I think you could put it as a comedy technically, but I think that's kind of cheating a little bit. But
Well,
we've seen
people have
worse.
cheated that.
Yeah, we
Get
have.
out.
We've seen The Martian get nominated for comedy and such.
No. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Get Out comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that movie was hilarious. You
it
know, it was
was. Yeah,
just super funny.
yeah,
I mean, it actually was pretty funny, but like, come on.
yes, but yeah, it was. But yeah, I think everyone else here has a good shot. Lady Gaga
Yeah,
will have to see. She is getting nominated pretty much everywhere currently. I still
yeah,
think she's going to miss. I know
yeah.
that
But
upsets a lot of people, but
like, Vanessa Kirby got nominated everywhere, but she didn't win a single one.
no, but
You know?
she still did get nominated, Vanessa Kirby. I don't think
Yeah,
Lady
but
Gaga.
Vanessa Kirby was nominated. Like, even when Carrie Mulligan or Viola Davis or Frances McDormand wouldn't show up, or Andra Day, Vanessa Kirby was in every single one, but
She
she
was.
never won.
Yeah,
So it could be the same thing with Lady Gaga. She could just be nominated everywhere, but not
except
win.
the
Because I think,
Oscars.
except the Oz. Mm.
I don't think she's getting at the Oscars. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
Olivia Colman is missing here, and I think Olivia Colman is 100% getting it at the Oscars. And I think Alana Haim is also probably getting it at the Oscars.
I don't know yet. I think actress is really interesting this year. Alana Haim and people like that, I have just kind of on the outskirts,
Yeah,
but I'm definitely keeping them all in mind as I make my predictions. I really think
yeah,
Alana Haim has a chance because people really seem to like her performance in Licorice Pizza,
yeah,
and I am so looking forward to that movie. It's not even funny.
yeah, yeah. I think her and Rachel Zegler are fighting for the ingenue spot, and I think she has the better
Yeah,
shot out of those two.
I hate that word so much.
Yeah, I don't like that word either, but it fits the situation, I guess.
It does.
Now into Best Supporting Actor, they nominated I believe it. I feel like I keep mispronouncing it. Is it Ciaran or Kieran? Kieran. I'll say
Kieran.
Kieran Hines. Okay, Kieran Hines for Belfast. Jamie Dornan for Belfast. Jason Isaacs for Mass. Robin De Jesus for Tick Tick Boom, and Troy Kotzer for Coda. There's I don't really have any clue who's going to even get nominated for an Oscar in this category. So
Yeah. probably Kieran Hines is the I have him predicted right now.
Yeah, he's
It's going
definitely,
to
I
be
think, in.
yeah.
Everyone else, I'm
Predict.
not sure. I think they could potentially because the past 3 years we've had double nominees in supporting, I think, each for the past 3 years. Yeah. Um, so I think you could get a double Belfast nomination, um,
Yeah,
maybe. And then
I had Jamie
Jason,
Dornan.
yeah, yeah. And then Jason Isaacs, Robin DeJesus, and Troy Kotzer are currently, they don't have great odds on Gold Derby to be nominated.
No,
Um, I mean, but I think they're all worthy. I mean, I've seen each of their performances. They're all really good. Especially, I mean, Jason Isaacs and Mass, I don't know if that can technically count as supporting, but if you're going to, then you should nominate him.
okay.
Yeah. But then also Troy Kotzer and Coda is picking up some steam lately. So I do think he has a chance of maybe getting in there, which would be nice.
Hmm.
Yeah. So now I went to Best Supporting Actress. Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, Anjanou Ellis for King Richard, Katrina Balfe for Belfast, Marlee Matlin for Coda, and Ruth Negga for Passing.
Oh,
Pretty good list here.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
see a lot of these people getting nominated at the Oscars.
I don't see Marlee Matlin getting nominated. Everyone else I currently have in my top five.
Ruth Negga, really? I'd love it
Yeah.
because I love Ruth
Yeah.
Negga, and as what a great Irish girl she is.
Oh,
Getting
she's Irish.
she is Irish. Have you
I
ever
didn't know that.
seen?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know what's his face from the Avengers movies? The really good member of the Thanos' little foursome. What are they called? The
The Black Order.
yeah, you know the really funny one, the guy who was always like this, like
Oh
cider
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Corvius Glaive or something like that.
Yeah.
But the guy who
Yeah.
voices him, you know Tom Von Lawler. Have you ever heard of him? He's the guy who
No,
does the motion capture and the voice. Well,
I have not.
him, Ruth Negga, and Robert Sheehan from what's it called, the Umbrella Academy. They all start in an Irish drama called Love Hate, and it's like a 5 season. You know the guy who's always in the Christopher Nolan movies. He is in it as well. He was in the beginning of The Dark Knight Rises. He was in Game of Thrones. That
Don't know.
dude. You know, I can't think of his name, but they're all in this. It's about drug dealers, and it's a 5 season drama. Tom Von Lawler gives the performance of his life. Ruth Negga is in the first season, I believe, and Robert Sheehan's in the first three. If you're ever stuck for something, love Barry Keoghan's in it as well. Actually, this is the first
Oh,
thing Barry
nice.
Keoghan ever did.
Oh,
So
wow.
excellent show. Like if you ever want to get a look at like the Dublin, the Irish sort of like this show was a huge cultural moment. Like I was only 9 when it came out, and I knew what it was. So that's just a side note. Love Ruth
Yeah.
Negga,
Yeah.
love Tom Von Lawler, love all those people.
Yeah.
Watch those.
In passing, she's really, really good. And I think she surprised when she got nominated for Loving, and I think that shows that the Academy does like her. So I think she will
Yeah.
likely get in there. I would probably replace Marlee Matlin with either Rita Morano or someone else. Who's the other person? Some other person.
Jamie Lee Curtis for Halloween Kills.
No, no,
Yeah. Yes.
no. I haven't seen the movie, but no.
It's a great movie.
Okay, so now on to Best Animated or VSX Performance. This is a category I think they should add to the Oscars. Nominated, we have Abby Jacobson for Mitchells versus the Machines, Sylvester Stallone for The Suicide Squad, Stephanie Beatriz for Encanto, Jacob Tremblay for Luca, and John Leguizamo for Encanto.
Are
Pretty good
they
choices
serious?
with Sylvester Stallone.
No, that's a
Oh,
good one. They did
I was gonna say
nominate
I like that one.
Aquafina for Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh yeah, I think everyone's forgotten about that movie at this
That's so
point.
sad. That was a great movie. And they also
It
did
was, it
nominate
was
anyone
good.
from Zack Snyder's Justice League, like Ray Fisher, who
Well,
gave
he's not a voiceover though.
it's not like a an SFX performance as well.
A VSX. I don't know what that means, but I think he
I
probably
assume it's
wouldn't qualify.
well, then I think Kieran Hines should have qualified, but whatever, it's fine. I'm over
Yeah,
it.
he already got his nomination.
But good for
Yeah,
Sylvester Stallone. I think he should win
yeah.
because he was the
Um,
best part of that movie, which is hard to get through.
yeah. I haven't seen Encanto right now. I did really like Abby Jacobson and Mitchell's versus the Machines, so
It's great. Great.
I'd probably say her. Yeah, but I think that's a fun category. Then Best Director. This is the place where they nominate 10 people for Best Director, which is annoying.
Come on.
Um, yeah, it doesn't help at all. But, it does help when the first on the list is Denis Villeneuve for Dune. And
Ah,
then we also have Guillermo del Toro for Nightmare Alley, Jane Campion for Power of the Dog, Kenneth Branagh, Belfast, Lin-Manuel Miranda for Tick Tick Boom, Pablo Larraín for Spencer,
oh,
Rebecca Hall for Passing, Ronaldo Marcus Green for King Richard. I always mispronounce her name. Sion Hader for Coda, and Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. So I guess maybe they did see West Side Story actually, but they didn't
oh,
nominate it for picture. But they
they
nominated
nominate
Spielberg.
Ariana DeVos. Yeah,
Yeah, and Ariana DeBose. Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
It's nice seeing how they have three female directors in here. That's good. I think only
3 out
one
of
will.
10. Good job.
3 out of 10. Yeah. Um, yeah. I think probably only one of them will go to the Oscars, which would be Campion. But Rebecca Hall did really good job. I mean, it's her first movie, but for Passing, it's really well done.
I love
Um,
Rebecca Hall.
yeah. Yeah. I think Denis Villeneuve is going to sweep all of these anyway. So
You think he's gonna win?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't right now. That's only because I'm kind of skeptical. And I thought Dune was very good, but I didn't think it was. I don't think I liked it as much as you did. I don't think it was as
Yeah.
mind
Probably not.
blowing as you did. I was quite bored for some of it, but then the parts that were good were really, really good. So like
Yeah.
it's hard. I have to rewatch it. I've only seen it once. I'll see. Maybe if I rewatch it, I'll know. But I don't really get the hype right now. However, I do think he's being nominated. I don't know right
Yeah.
now. Well, he could win. I could see it.
Who would you have for director right now? Campion?
I, Adam McKay. I
He's
know
not even
he's in my
getting
list.
nominated.
He's in my list, but
Silly.
he's not my number one. He is
That's
getting
not
nominated. I think.
happening. No, he is not.
I
Zero
definitely
percent
think he
chance.
is.
That's the new bet. 0% chance he is getting nominated.
I have him in my top five, and you will rue the day that you
Mm-mm.
go against me on
He's getting in
this.
for screenplay, but he is not getting in for director. He's like number 8
Wrong,
at
wrong,
best. Correct.
wrong. Okay.
Notice he wasn't nominated here either, and they had 10 spots. Steven
Because
Spielberg
again, they
was.
didn't nominate it for anything because they actually didn't see the movie. You
They
know,
did nominate it
for
in a
what?
few. I looked down for another category we'll get to, but they did nominate it, so they did see it.
Oh, well, then they're simply also wrong.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But yeah, I think the five right now are Villeneuve, Spielberg, um, Branagh, Campion, and who's the other one? Villeneuve,
Del Toro?
Spielberg, Villeneuve, Spielberg, Branagh, Campion, Villeneuve. I already said Villeneuve.
Del Toro, is
There's
that who you think?
no, I don't think Del Toro's gonna get nominated.
Neither do I, but I don't know.
Who's my other one? Oh, my other one was Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh,
Which
he's not
they didn't
nominated.
they didn't nominate him. I can't believe I
Yeah,
missed that.
they didn't nominate the frontrunners Adam McKay and Paul Thomas Anderson. Why would they
And
not do that?
I
That's
can't believe they
weird.
didn't nominate Paul Thomas Anderson. It's crazy. Well, yeah, interesting. I think
Mm.
yeah, but I think those are my five currently for that. Um, Now on to best original screenplay. Aaron Sorkin for Being the Ricardos, of course. Edgar Wright and Christy Wilson Carnes for Last Night in Soho, getting in again.
Ridiculous.
Fran Kranz for Mass, as they should. Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, and Zach Balin for King Richard. Interesting choices here. Another place where they chose Last Night in Soho over Licorice Pizza for original screenplay, over Spencer, over a lot of good movies. Interesting. What stands out
They
to
just,
you here?
um, no, Dune's adapted. Never mind. Yeah, I could
Mhm.
see all these being nominated except for Last Night in Soho. I thought that movie
Yeah.
had a chance like a while ago. I thought maybe Anya Taylor-Joy would have gotten it, but I don't know. I don't think that movie's getting anything, even cinematography, which I initially
No.
thought it would have been a front runner for.
Yeah. It's dead.
Sad.
I would also say Mass sadly probably won't get nominated, but
Oh yeah,
everything else
no,
probably will. I
yeah.
think. Yeah. Yeah. They did not nominate Don't Look Up here, which I think will go on to original screenplay at the Oscars.
Go on to win. I don't know, maybe not,
Nominate
but it'll
nomination.
definitely win picture, and I'm definitely saying that
Mm,
100%.
Paul Thomas Anderson is winning that category.
Oh, perhaps actually, yeah, yeah, maybe
Yeah. He'll take Adam McKay's Oscar, as he
again.
should. Um, Okay, now Best Adapted Screenplay, Jan Campion for The Power of the Dog, Maggie Gyllenhaal for The Lost Daughter, Rebecca Hall for Passing, Sian Heder for Coda, and Stephen Levinson for Tick Tick Boom. I think Jane Campion is easily the frontrunner in this category. This is
They
well
didn't
they'll
nominate Dune.
honor her. They didn't, but that's because they're biased against masterpieces. Yeah, yeah,
Clearly, with the Don't Look Up erasure.
clearly, yeah. I think Tick Tick Boom definitely will not get nominated, and you can replace that with Dune come Oscar time. But everything else,
I'm
I
not
think,
sure Dune will be nominated for screenplay. I currently don't have it. I can't remember what I have it replaced with. I think it's
yeah,
probably perhaps a number five.
it
Um,
is my number five right now. Yeah,
I'm not sure. I mean, I think it could, but I haven't read the book, so I don't really know how well adapted it is. And also, I think a lot of people will walk away. I think a lot of people have walked away from Dune, kind of irritated about the way it ended because obviously, like, there's obviously
part
more.
one.
And
Yeah,
unless you don't know there's more, well, it says part one, but a lot of movies are part ones that never happen. Like, I hope the other Spider-Verse movie happens, if that's a two-parter.
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, that trailer looked really good. That's a
it did.
Spider-Man movie I'm excited for.
Yeah. Oh my God. That Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite Spider-Man movie, and I think it
Yeah,
always will be.
easily.
And it's also my favorite Marvel movie, as it should be.
Yeah, yeah. Very good. Now here's where Don't Look Up did get nominated. Best Cast Ensemble.
Ooh.
Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, King Richard, and The Harder They Fall. All nominated. Good all around choices. I'm glad The Harder They Fall is getting some love. I really liked that movie, and the cast is great.
Dune not nominated, which is interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I guess, yeah, interesting choices. King Richard, I think, is mostly just a Will Smith, Ingenue Ellis.
Yeah,
Actually, no, I can see that because both the child actors are really good, and John Bernthal's good too. So I can see that.
I love John Bernthal. I love him
He's
so.
really good in it. He's currently in my top five predictions for supporting actor.
I would love that so much for him. He has always been a phenomenal actor. Even though he can only do one thing, he always does that one thing amazingly. Like his
He does
performance in
something
The Walking.
in this movie too, which is fun.
Have you ever seen The Walking Dead?
Yeah, yeah. Shane,
His
right?
Shane, oh my
Yeah.
goodness. My mother is obsessed with him. Like, she thinks he's the sexiest man alive in that show. And to be honest, she's not
Oh,
necessarily wrong.
does she
And
only like watch the first two seasons on repeat?
it's you know what? It's actually kind of funny. None of us have ever finished the show. I
Oh, I
currently
haven't
am
either.
watching it right now. I'm in like season five. I think I'm on the finale. I
Oh,
paused it halfway through, came here, and I think my mother. I started rewatching the show back in July, August, and she also started, and then she stopped when Shane died.
yeah.
To be honest, that's when the show kind of gets worse because I think season two is the peak of Walking Dead. Because then they
Yeah.
kill off Andrea. They kill off Andrea, the best character in
Oh,
the show.
yeah. I remember that. That was sad. She was
God, I
awesome.
actually bawled. Like it's not funny. That was the
Yeah.
last. I think that's the last time I've cried. Was back in August when oh, was, I couldn't control myself. Like I didn't care that my uncle was right beside. I just moving
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
moving on.
I stopped after season seven.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, further than me.
yeah. So best first feature, Rebecca Hall for Passing, Lin-Manuel Miranda for Tick Tick Boom, Fran Kranz for Mass, Maggie Gyllenhaal for The Lost Daughter, and Michael Sarnowski for Pig. All very good movies here. All worthy. I would personally pick Fran Kranz, but Maggie Gyllenhaal probably will win, is what my guess would be. But we'll
Oh, I have
see.
no idea what's going to win this. I think I'll have
Yeah.
to figure out closer.
Yeah.
I really have no idea.
Yeah. I'm excited to see The Lost Daughter whenever that releases.
Yeah.
Solely for Olivia Colman and also Dakota Johnson
Yes, Dakota. I love her.
and Jesse Buckley. Yeah.
Love her too.
Um, Best animated film: Encanto, Flea, Luca, Mitchells vs. the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon. I think the only one here that won't get nominated is Raya. But
I
everything
think
else is
Raya
good.
will.
I don't see three Disney movies getting in personally. I think Raya will probably be replaced with probably either Belle or Summit of the Gods.
I think Summit of the Gods has a chance, but
Yeah.
I think they like to only really nominate one of those loosey goosey movies, and I think that will be Flea, and I think that should win.
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet,
I
but
think
I
Mitchell's
think
should win. That's my favorite.
That was a great movie. I really did love it. But I think Flea should win.
Yeah, I have to see that. I feel like that's been around forever, and I still haven't seen it.
I feel like it
Um,
hasn't even come out yet. I feel like it was on all
it
of the
hasn't.
festivals.
No, it's just been at the
Yeah.
festivals. Yeah. Um, Now there's a few. They have a ton of stuff here. Let's just quickly go through these. International film: A Hero, Drive My Car, Flea, Titan, Worst Person in the World. I think this would be my current predicted Oscars 5. So it's a
I'm looking forward to
good
seeing the
list.
worst person in the world because I truly relate to the
Yeah,
title. I think it could be
yeah.
funny.
I really want. I know Titan's been available for like months here, and I still need to see it. Um,
They did nominate Lamb, that weird movie
they
from.
did not. No.
I want that movie to be nominated. I think
Yeah.
it could be
Did you
really
like it?
funny. I haven't seen it because it didn't
Oh.
come out yet. But
Oh
whenever
no.
it does, the second I can watch that movie, oh, I am watching it. I am
Yeah.
so excited. That's my type of movie right there.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but looks interesting. Um, we can skip documentary because that's kind of a who knows
Whatever.
what category right now, mystery. Um, Now let's do best comedy slash musical film. Cyrano, Free Guy, In the Heights, Tick Tick Boom, and West Side Story. This
In
is
the
easy.
Heights, that's a flashback from the
It
past,
is,
huh?
yeah, yeah. But West
Free
Side Story
Guy.
is going to win. Yeah, Free Guy is an odd choice. That's a bad movie, but
It wasn't even the. I thought it was a great movie, but it wasn't even the funniest blockbuster of the year. Like,
no,
even though
no.
I think the Suicide Squad does not hold up on rewatch, like whatsoever. Like, yikes. Um, it it's still hilarious.
It
So
is. Yeah,
that's like if you were going to nominate a blockbuster, I would have nominated that or I Care a Lot because it was a great movie and I think it qualifies. But
yeah,
what else?
yeah. Interesting. Now into best action film. No Time to Die, rightfully so. Nobody, The Harder They Fall, Suicide Squad. There's where that one went in. That's probably why it didn't get into comedy. And then Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Oh,
Missing Dune.
seriously,
Missing
Shang
Dune.
Chi, that
That's the
movie
best. That's the best one that's been out this year so far.
from Marvel.
Yeah, it's better than
I
Black Widow.
prefer Black Widow to be
Oh,
honest.
you
I
did?
didn't
Wow.
really like Shang Chi. I really didn't like it. I thought the VFX at points were horrid. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
the
that's true.
green screen and the green screen in particular was like that scene where he goes up to his dad. I also thought it was kind of poorly written the way his dad was so gullible, even though he was the freaking Mandarin. Um, but like that scene where he's going up to his dad and you see all the people fighting in the background, like
Yeah,
that was ridiculously
yeah.
terrible looking.
They should
And
have stayed smaller scale for the ending, definitely.
the action was good for the most part when it was like just the like one-on-one hand-to-hand combat. But over Dune, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. They may have like thought Dune shouldn't get in because it got nominated a bunch of other places, but who knows? And I think the last one we'll do here, maybe a few others. Best horror film. You will be interested in this category. Number
Yeah.
one, the deserved winner, A Quiet Place Part Two. We also
Yes.
have Fear Street, Last Night in Soho, The Night
Yeah.
House, and *Malignant*. So yeah,
That's not a great list, to be
not a great year
honest.
for horror, it seems.
Like, I
You would
really
know
think
better than
that
me.
Fear Street is a good movie. No freaking way should the first part. I think it is 1994 that was nominated.
I think they
Yeah,
nominated them all. It just says Fear Street.
I saw the poster. I think they used the one for the first one, but I
Okay.
don't know. It could have been all of them.
Yeah.
Good movies. No. I would also say the same for well, I haven't seen Last Night in Soho. *Malignant* I did love, so
I
that's
like
good. I'm
*Malignant*.
happy about that. I
Yeah.
really think *Halloween Kills* not being nominated does surprise me, but it's been nominated nowhere for horror film. Like it
Yeah.
is, even though you might kind of be grossed out by it. It's still a very suspenseful film, and it does go back to a lot of traditional elements of horror. So that's kind of disappointing, especially
Yeah.
with *Fear Street*.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well, either way, we all know A Quiet Place will win, as
yes.
it should. Um, I guess the last ones we can talk about here are score and song.
Mm.
So score, Alexandre Desplat for The French Dispatch, Hans Zimmer for Dune, Johnny Greenwood got 2 nominations for Spencer and The Power of the Dog, and Stephen Price for Last Night in Soho. Once again,
Jesus, they
they
really creamed
love
all over
this
that movie,
movie.
didn't they?
Yeah, seriously. I don't know why, but yeah, I think Hans Zimmer should win here. but also both of Johnny Greenwood's scores are really good, so I think he could beat him.
I like what I heard from Spencer. I thought The Power of the Dog
It's
had a good
really good.
score. I think that Spencer is infinitely better from what I've heard. I've heard some of the tracks. I would go for that.
It's yeah. I think it may be a little too weird for the
Yeah.
Academy members, but
But Dune was quite weird, like with its score.
yeah,
Like
I think it's more
some sounds I'd never
traditionally
heard
weird
before.
though. Yeah, it's more traditionally sci-fi weird in a way.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but those are all a good lineup. But Alexandre Desplat gets nominated for like anything. Seriously.
Yeah. It
Um,
was worthy of The Shape of Water, and that's like the last time it was like
yeah, yeah. Um, and then
my
best
favorite
original
category.
best original song.
Yeah.
That's your favorite? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's an interesting race this year. Be Alive by Beyonce for King Richard. No Time to Die by Billie Eilish for No Time
Legend.
to Die. Yeah.
I
Beyond
love
the
it.
Shore by Jones for Coda. Down to Joy by Van Morrison for Belfast, and Every Letter from Cyrano.
Hmm.
I think Beyonce is probably the front runner in this category.
Oh, Billie Eilish should win.
She should, but I think that's just taken way too long. That song released like 2.5 years ago.
It did. And it's been amazing every single time you play it since. I think
It's a good song.
that should win. I think Beyonce is probably never going to win an Oscar unless she wins this time, and I'll eat my words.
Yeah,
But,
I think she is gonna win.
well, you know what? We'll see. I think there's other songs. I just can't think of them right now.
There's the Don't Look
Um,
Up songs. Ariana Grande had and Kid Cudi
yes,
had a song. Yeah,
I think that one's going to be nominated.
I think so. Just for the fact of having Ariana Grande at the ceremony, probably.
Yeah. Although they
And
probably won't show
that'll
them like last.
probably draw a lot of viewers if you have Beyonce, Billie Eilish, and Ariana Grande there.
Ariana Grande has,
Viewer bait.
I think she's the second most amount of Instagram followers in the world.
Who's number one?
I think one of the Jenners or whatever the models are.
Oh, of course. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a fun category. No Husavik this year. But yeah.
No. Pacific. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that song. So good.
It should have won. Yeah, and everything else. I mean, do you want to talk about visual effects, editing,
Yes.
stunts, any of
Just
that?
just
Okay.
visual effects. Just visual
Just
effects.
visual effects. Okay. Nominated were Dune, Eternals, Free Guy, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and The Suicide Squad.
Okay, never mind. We're not going to talk about visual
No,
effects.
no. So Shang-Chi should win, and Eternals. You didn't see the post-credit scene, but the post-credit scene had this Pip character, and it looked like a PS2 graphic. It didn't look good.
I am horrified. It does.
Yeah.
The visual effects in Eternals, I was expecting them to be amazing. They were not.
No. Dune will win in a sweep.
Yeah, I think it should.
Yeah.
That's a yikes. Can't believe the Suicide Squad was nominated.
I think that has good visual effects. I think
That's
compared to
good
like
visual effects.
Eternals and Shang-Chi.
It does not have Oscar-worthy visual effects. Like I think stuff like
No.
Don't Look Up and Nightmare Alley are doing really interesting things with visual effects.
What's the visual effects does Don't Look Up have?
The Meteor, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's gonna be, like,
and also
the whole movie.
making Jennifer Lawrence a likable actress again. I think that's a visual effects feat.
And she's always been a likable actress.
Okay.
She just overexposed herself. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And she made Red
excited for
Sparrow.
her.
If I made Red Sparrow, I'd never return to Hollywood. I'd just go off in shame.
Yeah. Well, she did for a few years and got married, and now she's back.
Yay!
Yeah. Yay, Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah. And then the last one here, the last critic stuff we can talk about. The New York, the NYFCC, I think that's like New York Film Critics Association, or something, or circle. A few surprises here. There for best overall film was Drive My Car. Interesting choice. Beat out all the English language films. It's a foreign film contender.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. People say it's really good. So very good. It beat like everything. So good for them. Best director, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog. I think she's my number 2 to win. I think if Villeneuve doesn't win, I would say she wins. Imagine 2 years in a row having 2 women win. That would be insane.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Would be, yeah. If she's going to get nominated, and she will be the first woman to have been nominated for Best Director twice. Yeah, insane that's just a statistic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Best screenplay, Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza. He's gonna win.
yeah.
Um, Best actress, okay. Best actress went to Lady Gaga for House of Gucci.
I
People,
did.
this isn't gonna happen. It's not happening.
Oh, well,
I'm
I eat my words then. I didn't realize she had won
intrigued.
somewhere. Maybe she's not
Everyone,
the Vanessa Kirby.
well, everyone thinks she's getting nominated. I'm kind of an outlier like that. But I just don't. It's not gonna happen. And
I
come
could see the
Oscar
snow.
nomination morning, I'm gonna look like
I
a
could
genius.
see it. I could see the snow. I could see them not doing it.
I mean, they don't like the movie. At least I don't think they do. They shouldn't. But
Yeah.
I think Jared Leto has a better shot than her personally. But
Yikes. Was
he
he
was
good?
he was terrible. He was like one of the worst performances I've seen in years, honestly.
Nah. Jared Leto in no, he actually was good in that movie where he got
The little
nominated.
things.
Yeah, he was actually decent. It's just like there's so much like of all the serial killers in all the movies, you nominate that guy? Like
I think he's one of the most overrated actors ever. Like way too
I
much hype
I
surrounding this man.
I haven't really been blown away by him in anything. I really liked him in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and that's kind of it.
He
Like,
was like the worst part of that movie.
he was really fun. I liked the interaction
That
that he had with.
ending, yeah. We don't need
I
to get
thought it was
into it.
fun, but Jared Leto is someone who I like, but like, you know,
He's creepy.
I've never really been blown away by him. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. But Lady Gaga fans, I think you'll be happy with that. I posted my predictions for December and I've already gotten a few comments like, I bet this guy's mad that Lady Gaga's winning all of the awards. It's like she's won one, but okay.
yeah.
Yeah. The monsters always make for a fun award season. Now best actor, Benedict Cumberbatch won for The Power of the Dog. Really good. Oh, you
Yeah,
just saw the movie. Yeah. I think it's probably his performance, is what I would say.
he was good. Yeah, I liked him.
Subtle work.
Maybe though, you know what could happen? I think he looks ridiculously terrible in Spider-Man: No Way Home. I think
He does look
that
silly.
that could maybe undercut him.
Maybe. I think it could maybe also help him for being in like he's gonna be like doing press and stuff for like the biggest movie of the year during award season. Could help, could not help. Depends if the movie is good. I think it won't really matter. But will the movie be good? We'll have to see.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably
sorry.
not.
It probably will be good. You know, it'd be so funny if it got a Rotten Tomato. It'd be hilarious.
This two in a row. That would actually
Yeah.
be really funny. Two in a row. Yeah. Supporting actress Catherine Hunter for Tragedy of Macbeth. Very interesting choice. She plays like the three witches.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, people did say she was really good in it, so glad she got some accolades here. Probably won't carry anywhere else. Um, Supporting actor Cody Smith McPhee for Power of the Dog. Another
That's good.
subtle
I like.
performance. Yeah, but I think he did a really good job. I don't know if
Yeah,
he'll get an Oscar nomination though.
maybe not, but good that he got this one. Like,
Yeah,
I'm happy for him.
they don't like young men, and they also
No,
don't like subtle performances. So
yeah.
it's a deadly combo. Best cinematography, West Side Story won. I think it's going to win the Oscar, as it
For
should.
best cinematography
Yeah,
over Dune,
yeah,
over
yeah.
Spencer.
Spencer's not going to get nominated. I would say Spencer should win, but it's not going to get nominated.
Well, color me embarrassed, sick,
They're
disgusted.
going to nominate freaking Belfast, which is basic just because it's in black and white. So
They're not even They're probably even going to nominate Passing, which had really impressive black and white
they
cinematography.
should. And that cinematography, that black and white, has to do with the actual themes and
Yeah,
relevance within the film. Yeah, I wish that got nominated, but it probably won't. But West Side Story looks really, really like visually spectacular. So
it looks really, really good. But when you're Spielberg, you can make anything look amazing. You know.
yeah, what
Anyways,
I think he could maybe win director too.
that would be this. I would
That would
be
be awesome. I mean, if it's not Villeneuve or Campion, I'll take Spielberg.
I won't. I'll throw up.
They've got to
Although I
honor
don't,
him. They've got to honor him before he has left this plane of existence.
he's been honored. Bye bye.
They need to honor him again. Is their
Do
mindset.
they?
They do. It's like the
We need
best
to
picture
actually
ever.
honor Denis Villeneuve first.
They do. I agree with that. He would be my number one. Best nonfiction film, which is an interesting category. Um, Flea won. Good for them.
Okay.
Want to see that movie. Foreign film, oddly enough, Worst Person in the World won, even though Drive My Car won Best Overall Film. So
I'm looking forward to that movie a lot.
yeah, yeah, I'm excited for that. These movies, they just need to release already, please. Um,
Yes.
Animated feature, rightfully so, Mitchell's versus the Machines won,
That's
as it
good.
should. And best first film, The Lost Daughter won, which will
Ooh.
probably win all of those breakthrough first film stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that was the last of the critics stuff. And now the Golden Globes are in, at the time of this recording, precisely 9 days. By the time this episode releases, they'll be either 7 or 6 days away. So this is our last chance to give our final predictions on them. So
Yeah.
they do some crazy stuff. So let's see what they do, or what they could do. We'll have to
Yeah.
see how relevant they are this year. Also, you never know. Let's start off with best motion picture drama. Right now, I would say Belfast is getting nominated. I would say King Richard is getting nominated. Dune, Power of the Dog, and Being the Ricardos would be my five there. And I think
I would
House of
say
Gucci
something like
could surprise.
The Tragedy of Macbeth could surprise. I even think
Maybe.
Eternals could surprise. I think if they just want to throw, like, if they just want to be relevant, I
I
think they
think
could nominate something like Eternals.
I think if they want to be relevant, they would nominate House of Gucci more so than Eternals.
Maybe, maybe, yeah. Like, I don't really have like, I remember last year I predicted Best Picture Drama correctly with The Father and Promising Young Woman. I was
Yeah,
super proud of myself.
yeah,
Uh, I don't really see. I see House of Gucci as a possibility. I do. Um,
yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'd love. I think Don't Look Up is getting nominated in comedy.
Well, yeah, that's the next one. Best comedy and
Yeah.
musical. I would say West Side Story, Licorice Pizza, Don't Look Up, Tick Tick Boom, and In the Heights would be my five.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if In the Heights will be nominated.
I'm not sure what would take its place though. The only other thing I would think would be Cyrano, maybe, but I'm not sure about that either.
It depends. Like, they nominated Deadpool, they might nominate Free Guy.
Maybe that would break my heart if Free Guy got in over In the Heights. That would
Why did you think it
just.
was a bad movie? Can I ask? I actually thought it was pretty decent.
It was so basic in like every possible way. It just felt like a fully fan service movie.
Fair. I thought it was fun,
I
but
can see
fair.
why it was entertaining. I just thought it was just like nothing new and like kind of annoyingly old in a lot of ways. And I'm also just tired of Ryan Reynolds as an actor. He's annoying me.
Yeah, I haven't even seen Red Notice because fuck that movie.
Yeah, I've seen it. I liked it better than Free Guy, I think, but
Nah.
neither of them are good to me. Um, okay, now best performance in a motion picture drama actress: Kristen Stewart, Jessica Chastain, Nicole Kidman, Lady Gaga, and I think most people don't have this, but I think Jennifer Hudson is probably going to get nominated there.
Oh yes,
I,
forgot
I
about
just
her.
feel like that's like complete Golden Globes bait.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
she may
other
even win.
maybe yeah other people who could be nominated here: Olivia Colman, Penelope Cruz, and Frances McDormand. I think Coleman is the only one who could take out Hudson, but
Yeah,
I would say Hudson
McDormand has
more
a
so.
chance. They could really embrace the Macbeth. I think
Maybe
they
I
could.
just her buzz has completely died for that movie right now. That movie just has Denzel and cinematography with buzz, but
Yeah, but
it still
also,
has to
like,
come out.
they nominated her for Nomadland.
Yeah, she was good in Nomadland.
She was all right. Like,
She
she
won
was
for
like.
Nomadland.
I think that's kind of ridiculous. Like, I've been over
I
it so
like it.
many times.
She's my number two. She was my number two that year.
We've been over how wrong you were about that year, so we can just move
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Well, we were right in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also the Golden Globes may want to show a little diversity considering the controversy they had last year, considering they didn't allow in any members of color, even though there were members of color who were willing to be added. So yeah, might want to do that.
Hmm. You imagine if they nominate all female directors, like just across the board.
I mean, I think that would honestly make people mad, to be honest, but it would seem like a complete like
I
I
think
don't
they
know.
want to make headlines. I think that they're just
They do.
not going to care. They're just going to want to make headlines. Like Jared Leto, Lady Gaga, Chloe
Yeah.
Zhao. Like you never know
Chloe
what they're
Zhao.
gonna like. Eternals. Like I genuinely
Yeah.
think if they're desperate enough, they might throw anything they want out there just to be like, give us headlines. We nominated a Marvel movie again. Like, what do you think about that, huh?
Yeah.
We nominated Lady Gaga and Jennifer Hudson. Aren't we crazy? Are we just insane? And then like people
Yeah.
will be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to, I just wonder like if someone wins a Golden Globe this year, if they're gonna be like, thank you, or if they're gonna be like, I do not want this honor or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like virtue signaling a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, most of these people have been to previous Golden Globe ceremonies and have
yeah,
not
and it's
nominated.
not as if like we it was always a clean organization. So a lot of these people are just
Yeah.
faking it because they don't want to look bad.
Except for
So it's also
ScarJo. She's a real one.
is she how?
She I believe she denounced them and returned her Golden Globe or something like that.
Yeah, but so did like Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Well, Tom Cruise is a Scientologist, so he doesn't count.
Yeah,
Um,
like these people aren't pure in
no,
any
they
way,
are
shape,
not. No,
or form.
they are not.
So
Except,
stop pretending to be,
yeah,
you fake
they're
whatever.
yeah. Ricky Gervais
Elites,
will
I
not
hate
be
them.
returning
Okay,
this
there you
year.
go.
Best performance in a motion picture actor: Will Smith, Benedict Cumberbatch,
Yeah.
Denzel Washington, Javier Bardem, I think, for being the Ricardos, and Bradley Cooper for Nightmare Alley.
Oh, I forgot about Nightmare Alley. I could see them doing Timothy Chalamet.
For Dune, oh, true.
Yeah.
I could see that too. I should
Again,
put him as an honorable mention.
the scent of desperation that they're going to have, I think they're going to want view. Oh no, they're not. They're not. They don't have a ceremony this year.
True, they may not be looking for views this year, but they will look for headlines and attention still.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet. That'll get the youngsters to click. You know, um,
Hopefully, yeah.
they should nominate Ariana Grande for Best Supporting Actress in Don't
You
Look Up.
know
That will get
that
people.
that would be a reach. Um,
That
really. Um, and I think maybe Adam Driver for House of Gucci, but I doubt it. That's probably his worst performance, but he was still okay. Um, actor, comedy, or musical: Andrew Garfield, Leonardo DiCaprio, Peter Dinklage, Anthony Ramos, and Cooper Hoffman would be my five.
yeah, I'd say that's correct.
There's really no one else in contention unless they want to go headline crazy in a different way and nominate Ansel Elgort. But that would get some
No, that's not
headlines,
going to
but I
happen.
doubt it. No, I would say Andrew Garfield's going to win this too, as he should.
Hmm.
Sorry, Leo. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Actress, comedy, or musical: Alana Haim for Licorice Pizza, Rachel Zegler, West Side Story, Jennifer Lawrence for Don't Look Up, Amelia Jones, Coda, and Emma Stone for Cruella is my top five.
Oh my God, I'd
I
love if
would
they
love that.
nominated her for Cruella.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
should. They
they
should.
should. She was
She
great.
should win. Actually, no, she
She
probably
should win,
won't.
actually.
But I think it's between the two ingenues to win, Haim or Zegler.
You never know. They could give it to. Nah, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, yeah. Supporting actress: Katrina Balfe for Belfast, Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, Meryl Streep for Don't Look Up, Anjanou Ellis for King Richard, and Rita Morano for West Side Story. Is my top five.
Yeah, I don't know about Meryl Streep because it didn't do her last year, even though she was number one. So, and she
Yeah, they
actually did.
did. Yeah,
She deserved. Last year was like the first time in like 10, 15 years she actually deserved a nomination for The Prom, which was a terrible movie, but she was great in it. Um,
they nominated Corden of all people in that movie. That was a fun reaction morning. I still remember it.
oh my
James
God,
Corden. Yeah,
James Corden for The
James
Prom.
freaking
I can't
Corden.
even.
Yeah, at least he didn't
You just
win.
broke my soul there, and
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that, and then you brought it back.
You know, he's in contention for supporting actor for Cinderella this year, so
He
you
is
never
indeed.
know.
Yeah, he
Um,
played a rat, which is fucking
he
fitting.
did. Yeah. And then maybe, but probably not outside here, Kirsten Dunst for Power of the Dog and Kate Blanchett for Nightmare Alley. Um, I don't see either of them getting in currently, but who
I could see
knows?
them doing Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, I just think they may favor. Like, I think Kirsten Dunst will get in at the Oscars. I don't think Meryl Streep will probably. I think they'll favor Meryl over Kirsten
Hmm.
in that way.
Yeah, I
Um,
think with Meryl Streep playing the president, I think that'll be something they'll find really
yeah,
like interesting.
they
Like
will.
she played a bitch of a prime minister in The Iron Lady, which she won for
She did. Yeah,
vomit, absolute disgusting.
I forget who
Um,
else was nominated that year, but yeah.
Rooney Mara for the girl with the dragon tattoo. That's all that's
Yeah,
relevant.
yeah.
That's all that's relevant.
I
One of
see.
the
I
best
see.
performances of all time. And then you know what? Let's just move on. Let's just move
Yeah,
on.
supporting actor. Not going to get any more positive here. Jared Leto for House of Gucci.
Yeah,
Jamie Dornan and Kieran Hines for Belfast. John Bernthal for King Richard, and Bradley Cooper for Licorice Pizza.
that seems right. But I feel like there's going to be something crazy that they're going to nominate. I feel like this is the place where they're going to go mental.
Yeah, since it's such an insane category. I mean, they've got two contenders for West Side Story, Mike Faist and David Alvarez. Both give good performance according to the reactions, and also J.K. Simmons for being the Ricardos has potential.
I think they're going to do something weird here. I think they will.
Even weirder.
So yeah,
What? Maybe they'll go like I don't know what even would be
Jonah
a
Hill,
weird option.
Jonah Hill for Don't Look Up.
True, maybe, yeah,
But I think
it's
that's not
possible.
even that crazy. I feel like there's something insane that might happen here because it's such an up in the air thing.
I
So
mean,
I'm gonna keep my
James
eye on
Corden.
this. James Corden.
No, that's not gonna happen. Um, yeah,
I can actually see it. I can
I,
actually.
no, just no, no.
You
Yeah,
put that out there. You're
I did.
responsible.
If it happens, I
You are
take full
responsible.
responsibility.
Do you think they'll
I
nominate
take
Camila Cabello? Do you think they'd actually do that?
no, no. I mean, we just went over the comedy musical. I don't know who she would kick out of that list.
They might not embrace Don't Look Up. I could see them not embracing that movie.
Maybe, but I mean, it's like Jennifer Lawrence's like comeback after like 5 years. I feel like they're gonna be like, yes,
I feel like
nominating
she's
her.
been. Never mind. Go on.
No Jennifer Lawrence slander is allowed on this podcast or whatever video.
Yeah.
Um, Best director, I have Spielberg, Paul Thomas Anderson, Villeneuve, Campion, and Brana, which is also currently my Oscar top 5.
Chloe Zhao. I'm telling you.
No way, zero
I'm not saying
percent.
she deserves it. She doesn't. But I'm saying they're desperate.
Yeah, but I think if they're desperate, that's not the first place that they'll go.
Ridley Scott for House of Gucci, maybe.
I think they would go there maybe.
They did it for all the money in the world. And to be honest, he kind of deserved it. I thought that was a
Have you
great movie.
seen have you seen some of his like press interviews that are going around?
Yes. Fuck
He's a
you.
legend.
I
Like
love him.
yeah, I just love him so much. He does not care at all. I
Yeah.
want him to like do every movie's press junket.
Yeah. I want him to be my best friend. Like I
Yeah,
love him.
yeah. He is a funny dude. Um, and I think that's pretty much it
Yeah.
for the Golden Globes. I have to see how relevant they are. I can't believe they're in 9 days. Insane. Nominations
Yeah.
at least. Expect a reaction of some sort come that
Yeah.
morning.
Like I won't be there because school.
Tragic.
It's very sad.
I have to get his
It's really
thoughts
good.
on the next episode when James Corden gets nominated.
Yeah. You know what? It actually will be fun to give my thoughts because I always love the Golden Globe nominations. I always think they're
You
funky.
did surprisingly good at the Golden Globes last year. It was kind of scary. You predicted Rosamund Pike to win.
Yep.
A lot of people
I
did
did
that.
really well at the Golden Globes. I'm quite good at it.
Yeah.
Um,
You
so
and the HFPA just have the same mind.
yeah. Well, I'm not a disgusting elitist pig.
No,
Um,
yeah.
that once the revolution comes, should be guillotined in public for all to see. But until we get there, yes, we have the same mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now reviews. The only new movie I think I've seen this past week is Mass. I saw it yesterday. Um, Bleecker Street is doing a terrible job with this movie. I really wish someone else picked it up. It didn't go to any festivals. Hasn't been screened anywhere. It's released in limited theaters, and it's still very limited. Um, I think
Mm.
it's losing theaters currently, and doesn't hit digital until January. So interesting choices all around. But the movie itself is like really, really good. Like this movie was overhyped for me in a lot of ways after it was screened, and it still lived up to it. I think
Mm.
it's pretty much what everyone is saying. It's like an acting masterclass here. Like each four of the performances are like really, really good. Like it's insane that none of them are going to get any attention anywhere. It just kind of like breaks my heart because I mean, honestly, I would say Martha Plimpton here would be my number one standout.
Yeah.
She's like I think she carries the movie in my opinion. I think she would be the main character, but they're all in supporting. Um, but I think I may prefer her performance over like Kristen Stewart's and Spencer. Um,
Wow.
Maybe
Wow.
I think they're about equal for me right now,
Yeah.
but I would need to see Mass again. But she has one
There's
scene in
always.
particular. Wait, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying. There's always that one performance that just shocks you to your core. For me, it was Riz
Yeah,
Ahmed in Sound of Metal.
yeah, yeah,
That's one of my favorite films of all time. Because of him.
yeah. He was really good in that. But there's one scene in this movie where Martha Plimpton has to like recall a memory about her son. It's just like so realistic and heartbreaking and like the that's like I cried multiple times during this movie. And I didn't think it was a movie that I would cry during, but I
Mm.
did. Not
I'm
like a
looking
violent
forward to
cry,
it.
just like a teary eye. Um yeah. And Dowd would be the other standout. She's good in everything. She has one scene
Yeah.
towards the end where there's another powerful performance moment. Um, Reed Birney doesn't get much to do. I think he's the number four of them all,
Mm.
but he's good with what he's given. He's also the least likable of all the characters. Like, do you know the premise of the movie?
Ish. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but some of his stances are like, really, dude. Yeah, but and then also Jason Isaacs has, I think, compared to the two female performances, a more subtle performance.
Mm.
He's more of like the anchor between him and Martha Plimpton. Um, but yeah, the performances were the number one standout. Like easily some of the best I've seen this year, especially Martha Plimpton. Um, the direction and writing here from Fran Kranz, first film, very very good stuff. It's what I love the movies that are just like one location the entire time. This all takes place within one room, and
Wow.
somehow it doesn't. It's like one small church room, and they're all sitting around a circular table. And it's like you would think that gets boring. It's a shorter movie, but you would think that gets boring. But I think it just shows how good dialogue and amazing actors combined, you can like put them anywhere.
Mm.
Um, and that alone, like their performances and the words they're saying, can keep you entertained for like three
Yeah.
hours. It's just
Yeah.
the power of good performers.
And good
Yeah,
directing.
and good directing. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. The performances are the standout.
Mm.
And yeah, good stuff. I would suggest everyone check it out. Um,
I'm looking forward to
I
it.
I gave it probably like 9 out of 10. I've only given two 10 out of 10s this year, so
Dune and
I know.
Spencer, am I right?
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, I think something similar happened last week. I was like, we were reviewing Power of the Dog, and Anthony gave it a 10 out of 10, and I'm like, I've only given two out this year, and he was like Spencer and Dune, and I'm like, yeah, I'm too predictable.
Yeah.
Too predictable. Yeah. Yeah, so that's Mass. Good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much it for this week. Do you have anything
Yeah.
else you would like to say, Ben?
I'm quite excited for the Golden Globes because I
Yeah.
always have a good time with them. They always get a good. I always get a good kick out of them, even though they feel like they kick me in the gut with James Corden and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do like to spit in your face, but then they also give us some gems like legitimizing Promising Young Woman and Emerald Fennel last year was
Yeah.
amazing. Elevating The Father to Best Picture status, omitting One Night in Miami and that other one, Ma Rainey,
Ma Rainey.
because they were great performances but not good movies, and I think that was a good call. But then also not nominating stuff like Judas is also horrific. But I think that was more of a Judas issue. But they always do interesting stuff, so I'm really excited to get a look at this film. not this film, this ceremony, what they nominate, because they always
Yeah.
do some crazy shit. I'm excited to see how many Jared Leto performances they nominate this year.
There's
He's
only
only
one they
had
can nominate, right? Morbius is
no.
next year,
Oh, to be honest, I
January.
thought it came out already.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
but yes, I think they're going to do some interesting, wild stuff. Remember everything I said, because you never know. One of the crazy stuff I might have said, they might actually do, because they
Yeah.
like to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like being very based and giving the Golden Globe to Rosamund Pike, as they should, because that was the best performance in the category. Simply.
I agree. I agree. And also a bit of breaking news here. I just saw this. The British Independent Film Awards announced their winners. A bunch of movies I haven't heard of, but the most surprising of them all, Belfast, got pretty much completely shut out. So interesting. Interesting there.
Interesting. I don't really. I think that could be a political thing,
That
because
makes sense. Yeah.
the dirty Brits have divided this island, but they will not have it divided for very long. Sinn Féin 2025. But until I actually see Belfast,
I need to see it. Yeah.
yeah, particularly I think someone who's from Ireland, I think whatever way that they're doing this, however they're going to tell the story of Belfast is quite a dark one. Uh, the story, like our history, is a very, very dark one. There's a lot of horrific things that happen. So I want to know what Kenneth Branagh is going to highlight, and how he tells the story, because there's a lot of stuff he could do. Um, I've tried to stay away from the film as best as possible, because I want to go in relatively blind. So I haven't watched anything. I've only really looked at the images. They've all looked amazing. Um, but I want to go in not knowing what kind of stance it has, or what kind of story it's telling, and going in blind. So I'm looking forward to that. And then you'll get a
Yeah.
completely unbiased tale of
We'll
how
get an
accurate it is.
we'll get an Irish review right here on the channel.
Yeah, a totally non-Republican. Well, our version of Republican and your version of Republican are very, very different. Let me just tell
Okay.
you that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good. Okay. Yeah.
quite the opposite. Like our Republican Party is more of the socialists. They're the
Okay.
socialists in our country. Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, I think that movie is going to suffer from frontrunner status. I feel like I can already sense it. I already sense a backlash to it. So I do
definitely.
not think that will win picture.
But
But
also, Power of the Dog has felt that as well, I think.
yeah, I think less so just because I think it's never been the front runner. I think Belfast has always been the front runner.
I think Power of the Dog was, because we didn't really know if Belfast would happen or not. Like for like a week or two there.
Yeah, like before the festivals. Yeah,
Yeah, early.
yeah, yeah. So that's pretty much it this week.
Yeah.
Thank
It
you.
was a really fun week. It was great to be back. I can't
Yeah.
wait to be back next week. I'll make sure to make it back in time from
Well,
work,
yeah.
because it's very important that we discuss the Golden Globe. Because I think I prefer them to the Oscar nominations, because I think they're
Wow.
more exciting. They're like,
They're
like
bold.
they're bold. They're different. They also kind of allude to what happens next. And also, this year's going to be interesting because of the scandal, because of the fact that they're trying to make headlines. What will they nominate? Will they? I don't think they're going to do a typical year. I think they're going to have to go balls to the walls insane. And so, whatever
I
they
hope
choose
so.
to do, it will be fun. And also, you will have seen Licorice Pizza by next week, is it? Or is
I
that
don't
Anthony?
know. Anthony is seeing it tomorrow, I think. He's also seeing Tragedy Macbeth. That's the benefit of living in like California.
California.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think those will be near me anytime soon. So yeah,
that's a shame. But
tragic.
whenever you do, we can talk.
Yeah,
Over Christmas break, I will catch up on all
definitely.
the movies like Spencer, King Richard, um, all of those movies. I can't think of any of them right now, but I will catch up on them, and I'm very excited to get back here and talk about them in
Yeah,
the coming few weeks. So stick around,
lots of
hit
fun
that
stuff.
subscribe button, and make sure that you come back next week, because there will be a lot to
Definitely.
talk about.
There will be a
The
ton.
Golden
And
Globes, will they make us scream like last year when they nominated Jared Leto? Will they?
yeah, I hopefully. Yeah, that was
Hopefully.
insane. Um, yeah. And also just wanted to let everyone know Lady Gaga will not be nominated for Best Actress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a fun way to end it all. So like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and see you all next week.
Bye.